Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the Assam Tribune newspaper of 19 July 2024. The first article is in relation to Assam Muslim Marriages Act. The Assam Muslim Marriages Act allowed for registration of marriages if the bride and the groom had not reached the legal marriageable age of 18 and 21 respectively. This act completely contradicted current legal standards regarding marriageable age because we know that according to current status, the marriageable age of a girl is 18 years and that of a boy is 21 years. But then there has been certain consideration. In 2023, an amendment to Indian marriage law has been considered which will raise the marriage of age of girls from 18 and 21 in case of boys, but this has not been completely legalized now. Now this reappellation, that is officially nullifying the Muslim Marriages Act, is because of provision of parity to the registration of marriage and divorce. Since the State Cabinet has accorded approval to the Assam Reappelling Bill 2024 and therefore the act will be viewed as completely outdated, Assam Muslim Marriages Act will not be in line with modern societal norm since the Assam government as well as the central government is trying really hard to curb child marriage, and Assam Muslim Marriages Act in some or other way is enhancing the child marriage. This move will mark as another step towards prohibiting child marriages in Assam. This government-linked decision and ongoing effort in order to combat the child marriage will really prove very beneficial in order to eradicate the problem of child marriage in case of Assam. Already in 2010, an amendment was placed in order to replace the word voluntary in the original act by compulsory, making the registration of Muslim marriages and divorces compulsory in the state of Assam. With this registration, the evil of child marriage will really decrease. The next article is in relation to India hosting World Heritage Panel Meet. So, India will host the current World Heritage Panel Meet, which will be from July 21 to 31st at Bharat Mandapam in Delhi. In view of this, the government has launched public art project with different art themed on different cultural legacies, starting from the Bhimbetka to different cultural heritage sites in India. And India's cultural legacy as well as country's UNESCO heritage site will find a place through depiction of this artwork by means of the World Heritage Panel Meet. So we come to the next article, Sustainable Agricultural Summit Awards 2024. And the theme here is Nurturing Greener Tomorrow for Viksit Bharat 2047. Sustainable Agricultural Awards, that means 20 categories of award which will range from soil, water management, environment-friendly practices, biological solution, resource use efficiency, technological advancement, innovation, agri-finance, and startup. These are designed in order to recognize the best practices adopted in case of agriculture. This award has been organized by India's leading agricultural portal, that is India Agri, which is an agricultural portal in New Delhi. This summit will bring together different farmers as well as leaders working in agriculture, policy maker, scientists, the academic institutions, equipment provider, thought leaders, development organization, and other stakeholders in the agricultural ecosystem. So all will be under one shed in order to improve the agricultural sector technologically. The next article is in relation to disaster risk reduction in the Northeast. Two organizations, JICA and ASDMA, they are working together, that is Assam State Disaster Management Authority along with Japan International Cooperation Agency. They will work together. This is a joint collaboration with Center for Disaster Management, IIT and IIT Guwahati and JICA. So the theme here is disaster management in northeastern regions. Yesterday's article we have discussed about the problem of flood in Assam, and therefore we need different kind of technological models, that is mathematical model, and IIT Guwahati is such a great platform for designing such technological model. Therefore, this team from Japan, they will comprise specialists in various natural disaster considering landslide, flood, etc. They will train professional, and this master trainer will in turn train the students in order to devise different technological equipments that will curb the problem of various natural disaster which is quite prevalent in case of Northeast, especially flood, landslides and earthquake. The team will visit a new flood, erosion, landslide affected area of Barpeta, Kamrup Metro and Kamrup Rural, and they will be designing potential projects for mitigation and preventive measure to reduce the disaster risk in this region. The next article is in relation to continuing humanitarian crisis deeply concerning India at UN. So we all are aware about the Israel-Hamas conflict that has been affecting most of the lives of people. And this is called as a humanitarian crisis because along with the loss of property, there also has been loss of a lot of civilian. Therefore, we call it a humanitarian crisis. Now, India is playing a very vital role in order to bring peace in between both the nations through dialogue and diplomacy. We all know about the diplomatic policy of India. India strongly and univocally condemned the terror attacks which was made by Hamas, a Gaza-based militant group in Israel. And there has been 9 months since the Israel-Hamas conflict is continuing and humanitarian crisis has been taking place. So India now is calling for immediate and complete ceasefire so that safe and timely humanitarian assistance is provided, immediate release of all the hostages. There should be unrestricted access to relief and essential humanitarian service in Gaza Strip. India is also supporting two-state solution market. Number one is establishment of independent Palestine state, which within recognized mutually agreed border. And at the same time, they had to live in peace with Israel also, with due regard to the security needs of Israel. India contributed funds to the UN relief and thereby helping Palestine refugee. India is also praising Egypt as well as Qatar, which is a US ally, since Qatar is also providing fund to the Palestine refugee, and therefore they also want Palestine to stay with peace. Hamas is also agreeing to this proposal, but then Israel is showing some kind of reluctancy because of which this proposal is not at present completely agreeable. Otherwise, there is a chance that because of the diplomatic policy of India as well as other nations, there will be peace between both the nations. The next article is in relation to violence hit Manipur residents taking shelter in Assam. We all are aware about the problem in Manipur. The conflict between two communities, Meitei and Kuki, religious as well as political conflict, right? Now the problem is most of the refugees or most of the migrants are immigrating to Assam, to nearby state. And back then we have seen there was a violence which was erupted in Jiribam area of Manipur, and most of the women as well as children, they eloped to Assam and took shelter in Kachar. So it's completely okay because refugees, they have the law to come into the nearby states and nearby nations, since they will have to save their life and there is no other way to elope or escape. Other than that, they will have to save their life, right? But then the major concern here is not in relation to the migrants. But along with the migrants, there can be some other intruders, for example, drug smugglers. Because we know that from Myanmar to Assam, there is a drug smuggling going on via Manipur and Nagaland routes. And if the miscreants will further enter into the Assam premises, they can instigate the Meitei and Kuki students which are residing in Assam. And they can persuade those students into drug smuggling because this has been reported in the past. It is a major problem, and therefore government need to take important intervention in order to curb the immigration of these drug smugglers. The next article is in relation to ASMI's researcher making breakthrough in the field of cybersecurity. It's a great achievement for our researcher belonging to Assam, Pingal Pratyush Nath. The researcher is a PhD scholar at IISc Bengaluru, and he has earned allocates in global cyber science circles by his recent work on password protection technology. This password protection technology method will further enhance password security in today's digital world because everything is encrypted today, and this encryption need to be very tough. The codes used here need to be very tough so that there will not be any kind of cyber crimes. And there are random numbers which are generated by using quantum encryption. And this new intervention will replace the two-particle method with a single particle method. So he has made the process quite easier, and also the protection technology has also grown a bit higher, and therefore this is a breakthrough invention in the field of cybersecurity. That's it for today. Till then, bye-bye.